Okay, here I go again, starting a vlog at 1 in the morning, but it's happening. So I am joining the WIKATHON, which is a readathon where you read books by Filipino authors. I decided to join because I myself am Filipino. So yeah, I'm joining pretty late. You're supposed to start reading the books at the beginning of August, but it is August 15 now. So I have like about 2 weeks to finish most of the books that I have prepared, but we're gonna push through this and I'm sure I'll be able to do it. So we're starting it off with Where Dreams Descend by Julienne, and this fulfills 3 prompts, which is reading a book written by a Filipino author that is either sci-fi or fantasy. It also fulfills the Filipino diaspora prompt because Julienne is a Filipino diaspora, and it also fulfills the host's choice prompt because it is recommended by a host. So yeah, so far I've only read about 20 pages and it's already interesting. I got this copy. This is the June WIKATHON box edition, and I did not know anything about this because like the prompt is nowhere on here. So I went into this book blindly without like not knowing anything at all, and it's actually really interesting. Yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think about it by the end of this video. So yeah. Okay, welcome to another update on my readathon. I just got back from work, and so during my break, my 15-minute break, I started Hindi Bagay by Jerry B. Gracio. I don't know if you can see. And it fulfills the Studying Wika prompt, Filipino LGBT, and Stupid Love. And it's just a collection of poems. My Tagalog is really rough, and while reading this, I realized how bad it is. Like, I couldn't understand some of the words, so it took me a while, and it took up literally my entire break just reading about 3-4 pages. But I honestly really enjoyed it. I forgot how poetic Tagalog can be. So yeah, I haven't read a Tagalog book in a while, so I'm gonna enjoy this and it's gonna make me think a lot. And now that I'm home, I'm gonna continue reading Where Dreams Descend. I did read a few pages this morning and it's actually getting really interesting. I'm really intrigued. I didn't know if I would like it that much just because I didn't know a lot going into it. But yeah, I'll be back with an update and I'll probably finish this tonight. Okay, I am back, and again, I have not finished this yet, and I'm sorry. I need to finish it because I have like about a week and a half now to finish the rest of the books I have. I will say I'm really loving this, and I know I'm not finished yet, but pick it up when it comes out. So one of the books on my WIKATHON to be read list is Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Reby, and this is about a boy named Gerald, and he has to go back to the Philippines because his cousin got murdered during President Duterte's war on drugs. And I feel like this delves deeper into like the current events happening in the Philippines, and it should be something everyone should read. I know I have not read it yet, but I just feel like this is such an important book and I just know I will enjoy it and probably cry. The next book on my list is The Girl from the Well by Rin Chupeco. So this fulfills the sci-fi / fantasy book by a Filipino author and the Filipino LGBT prompt. I'm excited to read this one, but I'm not gonna lie, the cover really freaks me out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this at night just because I know I'll probably look in the mirror and see it and I'm gonna get freaked out. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I hope I get spooked, but not too much to the point where I can't read it. So yeah. So I actually became a plant mom recently, but he's dying. Okay, WIKATHON update. I just finished Where Dreams Descend. It took me 3 days to finish, but It was so good. That ending just makes me want the second book now, and it's like killing me because this isn't even officially out yet, so that means I have to wait longer for the second book. But everyone needs to read this book. It's so good. I've never read anything like this, so yeah, definitely pick it up. So now I will be starting Patron Saints of Nothing. Hopefully I can finish this really quick because I still have a lot of books to get through, so yeah. Okay, so I am now 100 pages into Patron Saints of Nothing, and I'm honestly getting really emotional reading this because I relate to it so much as a Filipino, and I'm not gonna talk about it too much. This is just gonna be a quick update because I do want to give a full review once I finish it, so yeah. Okay, it is 11 p.m. and I just finished Patron Saints of Nothing. My voice is really rough because I was like crying for a good minute. This book is so emotional, and honestly I had to pause a few times reading it just because of how emotional I would get. So yeah, I will talk about it more by the end of this video, but I am gonna sleep now. I was gonna start The Girl in the Well, but I didn't want to get too spooked, so yeah. Okay, what is up guys? It is 10 p.m. on the 28th, and I have not been getting any reading done. I have not read much for the past 3 days. I got through at least 100 pages of The Girl in the Well by Renchipeko, which is in here because I didn't want to look at the cover at night while it's by my bed. I was able to read that 100 pages within those 3 days, which is taking me so long. School just started this week, so I'm really stressed, and as many of you know, my laptop is destroyed, and to give an update on that, it will come on the 10th of September, which is when this video will probably be up because I would have been edited it by now, or like by the 11th at least. I was planning to upload this video like on the first week of September, but it is really unfortunate. But thankfully my friend lent me his laptop, so I am able to upload blog posts at least. So yeah, I told myself I would upload a review of Patron Saints of Nothing, but because I cannot find the time to record a video right now due to school and to edit it, I decided to just upload a blog post about it, so I hope you guys check that out. I really go off on a lot of touchy subjects on there, so I hope I didn't get anything wrong. And I do know that I did not, and this is like a disclaimer, but I will not or did not talk about the experiences that Filipinos are currently experiencing in the Philippines, because I am not in the Philippines and I do not want to speak over them, and I want to maybe amplify their voices instead. And I understand that it may be really hard to speak about what is going on there right now. I hope you guys check the link for resources of what is currently going on in the Philippines. I guess I can give a little update on what I've read so far in The Girl in the Well. I read books at night. I usually read around this time, 10:30, and you guys didn't even see the time, but I usually read books at night. So this book was really hard to get to or get through because of how spooky it is. I feel like someone is watching me every time I read this. Literally after I finished like about 100 pages, I went to go wash my face before I go to sleep, and I was rushing so much because I feel like every time I wash my face there's gonna be someone standing behind me, and even right now as I am talking this I am getting the creeps. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why it's taking me so long to finish the book, but hopefully I can finish it now and finish it by today, because I know I only have 100 pages to go through. I also read Hindi Bagay, which I want to annotate and like kind of translate some of the big words that I am not used to. So that is why it's also taking me long, because I wanted to annotate it, which I am doing on my iPad because I have the e-reader. Also, thank you for the overwhelming amount of support I am getting, like for 150 subscribers I think, and also for all the people who helped contribute to getting my new laptop. I really appreciate it. If I did not get those contributions, I feel like I would have not gotten my laptop. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah. Okay, I have a face mask on for this update, but I finally started The Girl in the Well and I'm 20 pages in, and honestly it is kind of scary. I'm still gonna read it tonight just because I want to read The Gilded Wolves next. So yeah, just wanted to say I finally started my blog. I've been meaning to get it up, and yeah, I hope by this time it is up, and I'll probably link it down below, so go check it out. Hi guys, welcome to the final update. WIKATHON has now ended. It is now September, and I will be going over the books that I read and which prompts that I was able to fulfill. So I have my TBR right here, and I wrote down the prompts that it fulfills, so let's go over that. So the first book is Where Dreams Descend by Julienne, and this fulfills the Filipino SFF prompt, the host's choice, and Filipino diaspora. So I knocked down 3 prompts with this one. The next book I finished was Patron Saints of Nothing, which fulfills the modern Pinoy prompt and the Filipino diaspora prompt. So yeah. And the next book I read, oh my god, the next book I was able to finish is The Girl in the Well by Ren Chupeco, which fulfills the Filipino LGBTQ plus prompt, and I think Filipino sci-fi / fantasy, but I wouldn't really consider this sci-fi or fantasy, so I'm just gonna say Filipino LGBT. And the next book I read, which is on my iPad, is Hindi Bagay by Jerry B. Gracio, which fulfills the stupid love prompt and the Sariling Wika prompt, which means own language prompt. So yeah, I was able to knock off 4 books. I was originally going to read The Gilded Wolves as well, and The Never Tilting World and Bola Bola. I forgot who that one was written by, but it was really hard for me to fulfill the Sariling Wika prompt because a lot of those books are obviously in Tagalog and I couldn't find them at any of my bookstores, and if I were to order them online it was gonna take weeks for it to come, and I only had 2 weeks left for WIKATHON, and in those 2 weeks I'm happy that I was able to finish 4 books. And now I will be sharing my thoughts with you guys, and it's probably going to contain spoilers, so be warned about that. The first book I will be talking about is Where Dreams Descend by Julienne. I already shared a non-spoilery video about this, so you can go check that one now because I will be talking about this in full spoiler. So yeah, be warned. Okay, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you've already read this book. I am shook about the ending. Okay, now I want the second book for this because that ending was so cruel. I was reading through it and I was like, how is this gonna be solved within the next like 10 pages? And then that just happens where Kalia is just in the mirror, and okay, there's still so much more unanswered questions about this, especially like about the world building, because we don't really go through that. They leave it off as a mystery because I'm guessing a lot of what happens in here has to do with the world building. So I guess that will be solved in the second book, because we don't get to know about the 4 families. Like, we are introduced to them, but we don't know what happened to them or why. I think the Alistair family is considered the bad guys, kind of. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack has something to do with the Alistair family, and that Kalia is also part of the Alistair family. So the next book I read is Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Rebai. I've talked about this book so much, and I still really highly recommend this book because of how enlightening it is. There was a drug war happening, and I'm pretty sure it's still happening right now. And there's also the terror law that is happening in the Philippines. And I will be linking resources down below where you can be more educated about this, because I feel like I am not the person to talk about this, although I am bringing acknowledgement to it. So please go check out the links and educate yourself on what is happening in the Philippines, because and if you are Filipino American and you didn't know about it, you should definitely know about it. In this book especially, it is addressed so much that Jay has no idea about what is going on in the Philippines, or even just in his family in general, and how we tend, as Filipinos in America, we tend to stray away from our culture, and we get so indulged in the American life. And just because we eat Jollibee, just because we have the Filipino flag in our room or something, does not make us Filipino. That is not what makes us Filipino. We have to acknowledge what is going on in our home country. But you can't just say how excited you are to go back to the Philippines and basically treat it as a tourist spot, because that is your home. You can't say you're Filipino and then go to the Philippines as a tourist. You have to embrace every part of it and acknowledge that there's something wrong going on there. I am not gonna go off too much, because if I do, I feel like I'm just gonna keep rambling on. My throat is dying. My throat is dying. I don't have corona, don't worry. The next book I read is The Girl in the Well by Ren Chupeco. This one was really scary. One in a white dress and then another one in a black dress, and that freaked me out even more, especially that scene when they're down in the basement with that smiley man. That one freaked me out way too much, especially because I have to go to work and there's a storage room in there that's really dark, and every time I go in there I'm reminded about this. Oh, and the worst part about it, the girl in the black in here has a mask on, and for some reason at work there's a mask on display on the wall, and it just freaks me out when I see it, because again, I'm reminded of this book and it's just so scary. Apparently the second book is scarier than this one, and this one already freaked me out. So, and I read books at night. That is a problem. I should probably read in the afternoon or something instead of watching TV shows, but no, I read this at night and I couldn't sleep, and I had to wake up early for class and for work. It's called The Suffering, and I am suffering. So yeah, the next book I read is Hindi Bagay by Jerry B. Gracio. I'm gonna put the cover here and hopefully not forget, because last time I forgot. There's still a lot of words I need to translate, and until I can translate those, I'm not going to talk about it too much, because I feel like I didn't fully understand what was going on. But the idea of it, I feel like, was a toxic relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, like, a lot of the metaphors on there and the way it's talked about was honestly really deep, and I love how deep Tagalog can be. Honestly, it can be deeper compared to like English, and it's beautiful. I just love the Tagalog language, and I am starting to speak Tagalog more, but I won't be speaking in this video because I am ashamed. 4 books, I'm saying 4 but I'm holding up 3, but 4 books finished within 2 weeks. I don't think that's too bad, and yeah, I'm happy about joining WIKATHON and, you know, finding out about all these Filipino authors that I didn't know about until I joined this readathon. So thank you to the host. I will be leaving their links down below, and you all should definitely, you know, join WIKATHon next year. You don't have to be Filipino to join, and you can discover a lot of Filipino authors that you may have not known. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. Honestly, it was mostly me procrastinating my reading and forgetting to read at times. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like and subscribe. It's free. If you don't want to, you can always unsubscribe. So yeah, bye!